Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. And for the sake of this video, we're going to be discussing the 1995 romantic comedy While You Were Sleeping, starring Sandra Bullock, Bill Pullman, and the other guy, Jack. I think Gallagher was his last name. The guy who played the third part. Of course, this movie, of course, is Sandra Bullock's first movie, and I believe it was her first movie after she did Speed, which of course won fame. It was a breakout role. So they cast her in this romantic comedy, and let me tell you, she did a pretty damn good job. I mean, she is so cute. First of all, she's so cute that. Well, first of all, she's dropped that gorgeous. But I'm saying this film, she's so cute, and she's so sugary sweet. You could go into a diabetic coma. But the movie itself is not that bad, and it's a very good movie. But you could argue it's very, very predictable. Especially this day and age. This movie came out today, it would get like -3 stars or something, because it's that predictable, and it is a silly comedy. I also saw this in a brief role, Jack Warren, from like All the President's Men and so many other pictures. This film, of course, stars Sandra Bullock as a lonely subway clerk, a subway token clerk in Chicago. Of course, they actually had these people who was, before they put in metro cards in all these cities. And I know, come from New York, so actually around that time the movie came out in New York City, we were getting rid of the subway token and had these stupid metro cards. And of course, I think at that time they didn't do it in Chicago yet. So at that time the movie came out. So Sandra Bullock was working as a token clerk on the L, which is of course the elevated subway lines in Chicago. Like we don't have elevated subway lines here in New York. I mean, they don't have the franchise in the L, okay? We do have an L line in New York City. So anyway, Sandra Bullock's character sees this same guy Monday through Friday going through her train station every day, Monday through Friday, every morning. And she develops a crush on this guy. But even though every day he walks right past her, and he doesn't say, "Oh, hi, how you doing?" or buys tokens from him every day. Use the train. He never acknowledges her. He doesn't even say hi or whatever to her. Except only once. I think only once he did. Early on in the film, and he develops such a crush. And when he does finally say hi to Sandra Bullock, she doesn't know what to say because he doesn't expect it. Because he never acknowledges her. Like I said. Well, on the day he finally says hi to her, he gets mugged by a couple of punks who push him onto the tracks. Yeah, major spoiler. Excuse me. So Sandra Bullock's character, her name is Lucy, she sees this. So Lucy gets into action, jumps onto the tracks, saves his life. But because he banged his head, on the tracks, he ended up going into a coma during Christmas. And of course, his whole family comes around, and of course she's there because she saved his life. And Lucy wanted to know if he was okay. And then she said privately to herself, "I love you," and all that stuff. Oh, I wish I could marry you, and so a nurse overheard that. Heard Lucy talking to herself, and came up with the crazy idea that Lucy was this guy's fiance, or Peter's fiance. And that's the character's name, Peter. So when Peter's family shows up, including eventually his brother Jack, who was played by Bill Pullman, who may want to play the president in the first Independence Day film, comes in, and they all believe this girl was Peter's fiance, and she becomes, adopted, I guess you could, lack of a better word, into Peter's extended family, including his parents, his godfather, played by Jack Warren, and family friend Jack Warren, and of course her brother. or Peter's brother, I should say. Well, because Sandra Bullock's character, Lucy, she has no family. Her mother died when she was a little girl, and her father died a year ago, and she has no brothers or sisters, so she is practically all by herself, on her own, and she doesn't have a boyfriend or anything else like that. So, of course, when she meets Peter, she goes gaga, like I mentioned earlier. And, of course, at least Jack, the Bill Pullman character, couldn't believe that his brother, Peter, kept her a secret this whole time. And it looks like that she didn't know that much about the family or anything else. And then, of course, she finally admits that we never really met. I am a token clerk, and he comes in my station every day to go to work, and that's how I know Peter and developed a crush on him, even though he never acknowledged my existence. And it was a big misunderstanding, and I became Peter's fiance, even though I actually am not. I'm just an acquaintance. I'm barely an acquaintance with him, and I did save his life. That part is true. But me being his fiance is total bullshit. It's not true. And the family was surprised over that, and they did go all the way through to this wedding to get like the hospital chaplain to marry these two guys, to marry Lucy and Peter together. And that's when Lucy finally admitted that she wasn't a fiance. But Peter does break up, so I got a little bit ahead of me. So when Peter does break up, and he sees his whole family saying, "Yeah, remember you, remember you, remember you," and then he goes to Lucy and he goes, "Who are you?" Doesn't remember Lucy at all, and that's because of the fact that they never actually met, except maybe in passing, like 2 shifts past in the night type thing. And then, of course, when Lucy breaks up the wedding and says, "I'm not going to marry Peter because we never really were engaged and stuff." Well, while Lucy and the whole family was waiting for Peter to come out of his coma, Lucy developed a relationship with Peter's brother Jack, like I said, another parent, Bill Pullman, and ended up falling in love with the brother, the Bill Pullman character. And of course, big surprise, big spoiler here for those of you who have not seen the movie. Sandra Bullock does marry Jack in the end, the Bill Pullman character in the end, and they had the thing on the train, "Just married," the big sign, "Just married" on the sign, and the train goes off in the sunset, and that's how the movie, ends. Of course, with Sandra Bullock narrating, she narrated at the beginning of the film and at the end, and Peter says to me, "Oh, why didn't you fall in love with my brother?" And Sandra Bullock says, "Well, while you were sleeping," and that's how that's how they got the title of the film. It's and you fell in love with your brother while you were sleeping. And like I said earlier, this was a really, really cute film. And of course, like I said at the top of this review, this movie is, of course, it's very, very, very predictable. I mean, you know where this is going. You know that the whole family was eventually going to find. You know that the family's eventually going to find out that they weren't really engaged. Someone's going to spill the beans. The Sandra Bullock's character Lucy is going to spill the beans and tell everybody, and that she was going to fall in love with the brother or some other relative. Eventually admit that she wasn't. That she developed a crush on him, but unfortunately never even went on a date, this type of thing. And he did get out of hand. Only in the way that it happens in the Sandra Bullock film. And this type of film follows that type of formula throughout a good chunk of the movies that Sandra Bullock starred in, particularly in the 90s. When her film career took off, with Speed. And of course, this movie, of course, Time to Kill, that came after this film. And she started to build a big film career during the 90s, and then of course she ended up winning an Academy Award for all things for the Blind Side film, which I've never seen because it's a football movie, and I refuse to see it because it's a football movie, and I hate football. But I'm the only heterosexual man in the United States who hates professional football. And fuck you, Colin Kaepernick. I know I got off topic there, but this movie, While You Were Sleeping, is not a bad movie. It's not. I mean, I do like Sandra Bullock. She's so cute in this film that if she was any cuter, she would go into like diabetic shock. But I just like watching Sandra Bullock. I mean, anybody who doesn't like to watch Sandra Bullock films, especially during the '90s, you either have to be one of two things: blind or gay. All right, because she is that hot. At least, particularly in the '90s, coming off of her success and Speed, she was that hot. She's just so beautiful to look at, and her smile can melt bullet. Okay, that's how warm her smile is, and I think she was like terrific in this film, and this was definitely one of her bad performances. And of course, Bill Pullman was good. I think all the supporting characters, as wacky as some of the supporting characters are in this film, particularly Sandra Bullock's obnoxious neighbor who's always hitting on Joe Jr. I forgot who played. I think he had like a TV show where he played a lawyer around that time, and he was quite good in that role as a lawyer. The guy who played the obnoxious son of the landlord. He was very good in this movie, and he's always hitting on Sandra Bullock's character all the time, saying, "Oh, hey, baby," trying to have sex with her and stuff. But the movie is good, even though you said earlier, this movie is very predictable, but Sandra Bullock makes it work, as well as Bill Pullman's character. Those two characters make it work, and it's a shame that they didn't make a sequel out of this. I mean, of all the movies that Sandra Bullock made, especially during the '90s, you wish that this movie, if they made a sequel to this, it may ruin it, because the original film is a pretty good story and a pretty funny movie, and I do recommend it for those of you who have not seen it and who are Sandra Bullock fans and want to see some of her earlier movies. So that's my review of While You Were Sleeping. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at rowdyc.com. It's all WDY.com. There's a homepage for the Rowdy Reviewer, Christine Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thank you for watching, and catch you next time.